Something evil this way comes, something graces us with its presence, bringing death and destruction, chaos and fear, feeding on the blood of the innocent.
Close your windows, lock your doors, hide yourself in the darkness, stay away in the night, pray to your God to keep you safe.
In the shadows it creeps and crawls, baiting us, waiting to pounce and its eyes gleam with malice, its breath icy cold as it preys upon the young adult.
Close your windows, lock your doors, hide yourself in the darkness, stay away in the night, pray to your God to keep you safe.
Oh God, what have we done to deserve this fate? Why must we suffer this way? Give us hope, give us succor, grant us courage to face another day.
Close your windows, lock your doors, hide yourself in the darkness,
stay in the morning light. And when the dawn breaks, the battle not yet won, we'll rise from the ashes, a new day begun. For if death shall come like a thief in the night, bringing us darkness and sorrow, we may never survive another tomorrow.
In the enchanting interior of a Victorian theatre, the pantomime cast concludes their spectacular finale with a resounding song that echoes through the hall. As the last notes fade, the audience rises to their feet in applause, the curtain falling gracefully. The magic of the performance lingers in the air. The scene transitions to the moonlit courtyard of the theatre, where the night is filled with the chatter and excitement of the departing audience. Among the crowd, Jonathan Harker and Mina Murray stand together, their hearts still racing from the performance they have just experienced. Jonathan, with a wide grin, reflects on the clever twist of Shakespeare's words, while Mina, laughing, agrees and contemplates how life sometimes imitates art. With a serious expression, Jonathan's thoughts turn inward as he considers the momentous question he has been meaning to ask. He kneels down, pulling out a small velvet box from his pocket, and presents it to Mina. Her eyes fill with tears of joy as she realizes the significance of the moment. As Jonathan stands, he gently slips the ring onto Mina's finger. The relief and happiness are palpable as he speaks of their future together, mentioning his upcoming journey to Transylvania and the plans for their wedding upon his return. In the exterior of a dimly lit inn in Transylvania, the air is thick with anticipation. The fading light casts eerie shadows, and the distant howl of a wolf adds to the ominous atmosphere. An English visitor, Jonathan Harker, is leaving the inn where he has stayed overnight. The innkeeper, his wife, and a small group of townspeople anxiously watch him leave. The innkeeper, looking out towards the darkening horizon, expresses his concern, emphasizing the danger of the evening. It is the eve of St. George's Day, a night when all the evil things in the world are said to have full sway. The innkeeper questions whether Jonathan is aware of the perils ahead. Jonathan, despite the warnings, insists on the urgency of his business with Count Dracula. He explains that he must adhere to the appointed time as stipulated by the Count. The innkeeper's wife approaches, her eyes scanning the darkened landscape. She pleads with Jonathan to wear a crucifix for his mother's sake, believing it will offer protection. She places the crucifix around Jonathan's neck, hoping it will safeguard him on his journey.
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome to my house, Mr. Hagan. Come in, the night air is chill, and you must need to eat and rest.
In the grand dining hall of Dracula's castle, the room is dimly lit by flickering candles. A long table is set with a simple feast. Jonathan Harker, looking slightly uneasy, sits at one end of the table, while Dracula, with an air of calm authority, sits at the other end. Dracula invites Jonathan to dine as he pleases, excusing himself from joining as he has already dined. Jonathan thanks Dracula for his hospitality and mentions he has brought the deed to Carfax Abbey as requested. Dracula, pleased, inquires about Jonathan's journey, to which Jonathan replies that it was long, but he is now at his destination. He describes Carfax Abbey as an impressive estate, large and medieval, with thick stone walls, high barred windows, and an old chapel nearby. Jonathan adds that Carfax Abbey is close to a lunatic asylum, which is not visible from the grounds but nearby. Dracula finds this interesting and potentially useful. Curious, Jonathan asks if Dracula will miss his homeland, Transylvania, given its differences from England. Dracula reflects on the changing world and his need to adapt, acknowledging his affection for his homeland while expressing the opportunities England offers.
I look at Transylvania with sorrow, see what it has become. Worn out and faded, a relic of a warrior past. Where battle-stained honors brought glory. Each beat of a battle-stained drum stirs the blood to victory or death.
I look at Transylvania with sorrow to see what it has become. Worn out and faded, timeless but jaded, a relic of a warrior past, where battle-stained honors brought glory. Each beat of a battle-stained drum stirred the blood to victory or death. Atlanta is the world of huge promise of what the world should be. London or Transylvania, the question Surveyor is my heart and my past. But London is waiting for me.
He mentions his desire to blend with mortals in Carfax Abbey. to walk among them both night and day. Jonathan inquires if Dracula knows anyone in England, to which Dracula responds that he does not know anyone personally, but has studied the country and its people extensively through books and maps, gaining a good understanding of its culture. Jonathan toasts to new beginnings, wishing Carfax Abbey to serve Dracula well. Dracula reciprocates the toast, emphasizing the fresh start. Jonathan raises his glass, but Dracula does not drink. Instead, he stands and walks to a nearby window, listening to the distant howls of wolves.
Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make.
In Lucy Westenra's elegantly decorated parlor, the atmosphere is filled with nervous anticipation. A small piano in the corner adds a touch of charm. Lucy and her friend Mina Murray are seated, chatting animatedly. Mina pretends to be scandalized by the invitation to be Lucy's chaperone. Lucy laughs, remarking on the sudden attention she has received. She shares with Mina that she has had 3 marriage proposals in one day, a fact both amusing and overwhelming. Mina giggles, noting Lucy's newfound status as a heartbreaker. The doorbell rings, causing Lucy to jump up and answer it. 3 gentlemen, Arthur, Quincy, and Dr. Jack Seward, enter, each holding a bouquet of flowers. Lucy welcomes them warmly, introducing Mina as her chaperone in her mother's absence. The gentlemen exchange pleasantries, and Quincy, with a twinkle in his eye, inquires about the piano. Mina laughs, revealing Lucy's talent. Dr. Seward grins and requests a song. Blushing, Lucy agrees and moves to the piano, joined by Mina. They begin to play a lively tune, performing a comical rendition of The Revel by Bartholomew Dowling.
Lofty timbers, the walls around are bare, echoing to our laughter, as though the dead were dead, the dead were there, but what better rough for the next to laugh, for the next to die. They shout back our peals of laughter. It seems that the dead are there and stand to lean out after. But you see the dead, there's a steam, Brigida the Chichigen. 1 cup to the dead already, hurrah for the next that dies. Not here are the goblets flowing, not here is the vintage sweet. As cold as our hearts are growing, and dark as the doom we meet. But stand to your glasses steady, and soon shall our pulses rise. Come to the dead already, hurrah for the next that dies.
There's many a hand that's shaking, and many a cheek that's sunk. But soon though our hearts stop breaking, they'll burn with the wine we drunk.
Then stand to your stand together, as we can hear the very Bible lines.
Look up to the dead already,
Hurrah!
for the next that dies.
Time was when we laughed at others. We thought we were wiser then. Ha ha, let them think of their mothers who hope to see them again. The bang of the
Stand to your glasses steady, the cautious is here, the wise. One cup to the dead already, hurrah for the next that dies.
The room fills with laughter and applause as the song ends. Dr. Seward, still chuckling, comments on the merriment. Lucy, smiling, deflects attention to Dr. Seward's patient, Renfield, known for his peculiar diet of spiders and flies.
In my cell I sit and ponder, like small creatures I do wander, flies that buzz with wings so fine, in their dance I see the sign. Tiny lies they flutter near, in their flight I find no fear, secrets in their fragile form, in their midst my mind is warm. Oh, the flies they speak to me, in their hum I find the key to our innocent God. In my grasp, life's in my hand. Spiders weave their web so tight in the corners of the night. Patterns form and then they break. In their silk my soul they take. Tiny lies they flutter near. In their flight I find no fear. Secrets in their fragile form. In their midst my mind is warm. All the flies they speak to me. In their home I find the key to a world so small yet grand. In my grasp life's in my hand. Life and death the cycle spins. In their ghosts my madness wins. Flies and spiders my delight. In the world I find my light. All the flies they speak to me. In their home I find the key to a world so small yet grand. In my grasp life's in my hand. In the cell I find my peace. In their dust my thoughts release. Flies and spiders my domain. In their world I break my chain.
The group continues to chat and laugh, the atmosphere light and cheerful. After a moment, Arthur clears his throat, drawing everyone's attention. He earnestly expresses his admiration for Lucy and proposes marriage. Quincy steps forward, declaring his feelings and asking for Lucy's hand. Dr. Seward, taking a deep breath, confesses his affection and also proposes. Lucy looks overwhelmed, glancing at Mina for support. Mina gives her an encouraging nod. Smiling nervously, Lucy thanks the gentleman and asks for time to think, holding each of them in high regard. The suitors nod in understanding, and the evening continues with light and friendly conversation. In a small room lit by a solitary candle, the atmosphere is thick with tension. Jonathan Harker, weary from his long journey, prepares to refresh himself as suggested by Dracula. The room is silent, save for the faint echo of Jonathan's movements. Jonathan stands at a small washstand, lathering his face with shaving soap. Finding no mirror in the room, he begins to shave, the blade gliding smoothly over his skin. Suddenly, a sharp pain makes him wince. A thin line of blood appears on his cheek. From the shadows, Dracula's eyes gleam with an unnatural intensity. The sight of blood draws him closer, and he rushes into the room, his gaze fixed on the crimson drop on the razor blade. "Blood is the life, Mr. Harker." Dracula's voice is a whisper that chills Jonathan. Hearing Dracula's words and noticing for the first time that he was standing behind him in the room, Jonathan, startled, turns to face Dracula, the crucifix around his neck catching the light. Dracula's eyes widen in horror. He reels back, his face contorting with a mix of fear and disgust. The power of the crucifix compels Dracula to retreat, his fascination with the blood momentarily overshadowed by the symbol of faith. Jonathan watches in bewilderment, the gravity of his situation beginning to dawn on him. Dracula, noting Jonathan's fatigue, mentions that his bedroom is ready and that he should sleep well. He warns Jonathan about the old, crumbling castle, insisting on strict adherence to his instructions for safety.
Shadows creep, oh, they find you through the night. Our voices bind you come deepest still, hear our song, in the dark your whispers come, through the fog down the hall, every step, every breath, just the note to your death. Jonathan, joy then, won't you join us, take our heart. Jonathan, we are waiting for you. Shadows creep, oh, they find you through the night. Our voices bind you come deepest still, hear our song, under the moon, in the dark where secrets are told, we softly our song unfolds. How do we cast our spell in this night lost and fell? Jonathan, we are waiting for you.
In the depths of Jonathan Harker's troubled sleep, the haunting melody of Dracula's three sinister acolytes weaves through his dreams like an insidious lullaby. Their voices, sweet and seductive, lure him into a realm where reality blurs with nightmare. The siren song wraps around his consciousness, pulling him deeper into the dark recesses of his mind, where shadows move with a life of their own. As the lullaby reaches its chilling crescendo, a new figure tears through the dreamscape with a ferocity that shatters the eerie harmony. Dracula, his eyes burning with a hellish light, bursts into Jonathan's dream.
I am the night, they call me monster. In shadows deep, my power grows stronger. Is it me that they fear, or the darkness I bring? In the silence of the night, hear the terror sing. I am the night, they call me monster. Creature of the dark, a haunting wonder. Fear my name, feel my bite. I am the night, I am the night. In ancient and castles where secrets lie, I spread my wings and take to the sky. Is it me that they fear, or the legends untold in the moon's glow? My story unfolds. I am the night, they call me monster. Creature of the dark, a haunting wonder. Fear my name, feel my bite. I am the night, I am the night. Eternal life, a curse and a gift. Through centuries I silently drift. Is it me that they fear, or the shadows embrace? In the darkness I leave no trace. I am the night, they call me monster. Creature of the dark, a haunting wonder. Fear my name, feel my bite. I am the night, I am the night. By dawn's first light, I fade from sight, yet whispers of me linger in the grasp of night. Am I a myth, or the shadow you see? In the heart of the darkness, there I will be. I am the night.
Trapped in the malevolent embrace of Dracula's castle, Jonathan Harker's spirit ebbs to a perilous low. Each day the weight of fear and captivity gnaws at his resolve. But within him, a flicker of hope remains, a desperate yearning for freedom. One fateful night, Jonathan resolves to escape, his heart pounding like a drumbeat of defiance. Climbing down the treacherous walls of the castle, his fingers clutching at the cold, slippery stone, he descends into the unknown. Every movement is fraught with danger, but the promise of liberation drives him onward. Miraculously, Jonathan finds himself free of the castle's sinister grasp. He flees through the rugged mountains, the moon casting eerie shadows on his path. Exhaustion and terror shadow his every step, yet he presses on, driven by the sheer will to survive. His ordeal ends at a convent in Budapest, where kind-hearted nuns find him, half dead from his harrowing journey. They nurse him back to health, their care a balm for his shattered spirit. In the peaceful sanctuary, he begins to recover, but the dark memories of Dracula's castle haunt his dreams.
Dying but never dead, memories of a life I led, the echoes of my past haunt me like a shadow cast, living but never alive, chasing dreams that won't revive. In the silence I scream, yearning for a chance to redeem. How did I make it through? In the dark I was bound, but in the shadows that wait. I'm breaking free from chains of doubt. Rising up, I won't stay down. With every step I leave behind the darkness that once confined. How did I make it through? In the dark I was bound, but hope was found in the shadows. Keep calling me back. Now I see the light ahead, no longer filled with dread. I fought my demons, I've won the fight. In the shadows I found my light.
Mina Murray's heart aches with worry as days stretch into weeks with no word from Jonathan. Then, one fateful day, a letter arrives. Its foreign postmark and urgent script send a shiver down her spine. With trembling hands, Mina reads the letter from a convent in Budapest, detailing Jonathan's harrowing escape and his fragile condition. The words are a lifeline, pulling her from the depths of despair. Driven by love and determination, Mina embarks on a journey across Europe, her heart set on reuniting with her beloved. Upon reaching the convent, the sight of Jonathan, pale, weary, yet alive, brings tears of relief to her eyes. Jonathan, though weak and haunted by his ordeal, finds solace in Mina's unwavering support. In the peaceful sanctuary of the convent, the bond between them is renewed. Determined to start anew, they decide to marry. The hospital chapel, humble yet serene, becomes the setting for their union. The nuns, witnesses to their vows, offer blessings, their presence a quiet testament to love's triumph over darkness. In the early light of dawn, the coastal town of Whitby stirs awake to the sound of crashing waves. As the morning fog begins to lift, a dark silhouette emerges from the murky distance, the outline of a ship drifting aimlessly toward the shore. The vessel, a once proud schooner, now appears abandoned, its sails tattered and flapping like the wings of a wounded bird. The name Demeter is barely legible on the bow, weathered by the relentless grip of the sea. The eerie silence from the vessel is unsettling, broken only by the occasional creak of wood and the lap of waves against the hull. As the Demeter finally touches ground, the true horror becomes clear. The ship is devoid of life, save for a lone figure lashed to the wheel, a dead captain, his face twisted in a final grimace of terror. The logs found on board tell a tale of a voyage plagued by strange disappearances and an unseen menace that picked off the crew one by one. From the bowels of the ship, a massive black dog leaps onto the dock. Its eyes gleam with an unnatural light, and its presence exudes a primal, malevolent energy. The townsfolk recoil in fear as the dog bounds away, disappearing into the fog-draped streets of Whitby.
On the night of the full moon, I rise from my tomb, the sea of London bathed in silver gloom. From the shadows I watch, with eyes that gleam, a predator's hunger, a dark endless dream. On the night of the full moon, I roam free. The pulse of the city, it calls to me. In the heart of the darkness, I find my delight. for I am Dracula, the Lord of the Night. The streets are alive with whispers and fears. I hear every heartbeat, I taste every tear. In the alleys and corners where shadows play, I am the nightmare that won't fade away. And glows, make my decree. On the night of the full moon, you belong to me. In the catacombs deep, where secrets reside, whispered legends, or the undead tide, I move unseen like a chill in the air. The city's lament, a vampire's lair. On the night of the full moon, I roam free. The pulse of the city, it calls to me. In the heart of the darkness I find my delight, for I am Dracula, the Lord of the Night. In the twilight of souls where innocence dies, my name is whispered like a mournful sigh. The grim facades and the cries of the lost, a symphony of shadows, no matter the cost.
The coastal town of Whitby is cloaked in the soft, ghostly hues of twilight. The east cliff stands tall, a sentinel against the crashing waves below. On this fateful night, Lucy Westenra, in the throes of sleepwalking, is drawn irresistibly towards the cliff's edge. Her steps are light and unsteady, as if she is guided by an unseen force. The cool breeze tugs at her nightgown, and her eyes remain closed, lost in a trance, an ethereal glow on her pale skin, making her appear almost spectral in the dim light.
In the shadows I wander alone, chasing dreams that have turned to stone. Voices whisper of paths untrod, yet I stand here searching for God. With each heartbeat my soul takes flight, yearning for warmth in the depth of the night. Oh, guide me through this tumultuous sea to dawn, and wonder I can finally be free. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what have I become? Lost in this world, feeling small, searching for my place in the sun. Who am I today? Lost in the echoes of yesterday, looking for a love that will stay. Is this heart that's led astray? Reflections of a tangled past, whispers of dreams that yesterday, lost in the echoes of truest day. In the arms of love I find my way and discover who I am today.
From the shadows, Dracula watches, his eyes gleaming with a predatory hunger. A thick mist begins to swirl around him, creeping along the ground and enveloping him in an otherworldly shroud. He moves silently, a dark figure merging with the night and the mist, closing the distance between himself and the unsuspecting Lucy. As Lucy reaches the precipice, Dracula steps forward, his presence both alluring and malevolent. He bends over her, his cold breath mingling with the sea breeze, and draws her close. His fangs, sharp and gleaming, pierce her tender neck, drinking deeply of her lifeblood. In the aftermath of Lucy Westenra's tragic death, an eerie legend begins to spread among the local children. They whisper of the Bloofer Lady, a figure of haunting beauty who roams the night, drawing unsuspecting youngsters to her. At first, the name seems an innocent child's mispronunciation of beautiful, but the truth is far more sinister. Reports of missing children and strange encounters deepen the mystery, casting a shadow of fear over the community. Dr. Van Helsing and Dr. Seward, determined to uncover the truth, delve into these disturbing tales. They learn of Lucy's nightly wanderings, luring children with her ethereal beauty and leaving them with the telltale marks of her vampiric hunger. As the realization dawns on them, the full horror of Lucy's transformation becomes clear. No longer merely a tragic victim, she is now a predator, the Bloofer Lady of local law. The urgency of their mission to free her soul and protect the living grows ever more pressing. The stakes are high and the dangers immense as they prepare to confront the vampiric Lucy and put an end to her nocturnal reign of terror.
In the moonlight she lay so fair, her beauty beyond compare. But darkness crept into her veins, and now her soul is bound in chains. Oh, Lucy, lost to the night, from innocence to a creature of fright. In the shadows you roam free, a tragic tale of what used to be. Her laughter once filled the air, now silence reigns a cold despair. With every bite her life slipped away, turning light into endless day. Oh, Lucy, lost to the night, from innocence to a creature of fright. In the shed you roam free, a tragic tale of what used to be. Once bright, now gleam with dread, a hunger for the living, the blood she's fed. In her crypt she waits alone, queen of darkness on her throne. As dawn break her reign will end, stake through the heart her soul to mend. In peace she'll rest, her torment ceased, a final breath her soul released. As dawn breaks, her reign will end, a stake through the heart her soul to mend. In peace she'll rest, her torment ceased, a final breath, her soul released. But darkness pressed into her chains. Her laughter once filled the air, now silence reigns a cold despair. With every bite her life slipped away, turning night in endless day. Oh, Lucy, lost to the night, from innocence to a creature of fright. In the shadow free, a tragic tale of what used to be. Oh, Lucy, lost to the night, from innocence to a creature of fright. In the shadows you roam free, a tragic tale of what used to be. In the depths of darkness we march on, our hearts driven by the love we share, each step a testament to our resolve to face the night and bring forth the day.
The path has been long and fraught with fear, yet we stand together unyielding. In unity we find our strength, the light of hope guiding our way.
Still night, the darkness meets its end. Dracula's reign is no more. With courage in our hearts we rise and see the dawn break through.
In the moon's pale light we confront the beast,
our resolve clear and unwavering, the stakes in our hands a symbol of the justice we seek to bring. Tonight the darkness meets its end, Dracula's reign is no more. With courage in our hearts we rise and see the dawn break through.
Tonight the darkness meets its end, Dracula's reign is no more. With courage in our hearts and see the dawn break through.
Be right. In the dawn's precise.
The chase is ended. The night has been vanquished. Dracula's fall, a testament to the power of right. Together we have fought the fight and won.
With courage in our hearts we rise and see the dawn break through.
Tonight the darkness meets its end. Dracula's reign is no more. Can come, so you